Hello, everyone. Oh, my nail just popped off. Happy Easter. Hi, Jen. Thank you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Just give you guys a minute to pop on here. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Easter. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Tara. Hey, Kenya. Hi, Karen. Hi, Tamara. Happy Easter to everyone, whether you celebrate it or not. Good wishes to all. Hi, Bridget. We'll get started here in a minute or two. Hi, Michael. Happy Easter. Thank you. It has been a while since I caught you live. How are things? Are you safe? Oh, yeah, it has been a little while. I am doing very well. Yes, very safe. I'm here in New Jersey, so we have some pretty heavy restrictions, which is fine. We can still go out and take a walk, take a run, what have you. How are you doing? Hi, Mensch. Happy Easter. Gosh, as I was shuffling, so many major arcana cards kept popping out. And so I feel like that's really significant for something. All right, so let's get started with the reading. And I'll have a timestamp for when the reading will actually begin for anyone here who's not here. Hi, Audrey. Is this Audrey, my friend Audrey, that I went to school with? It's a different Audrey. I know there's so many. Oh, just north of Boston. Yeah. The whole East Coast. It's crazy. All right. So this reading, we're going to take a look at the first row will be the person that you are connected to energetically, spiritually, or physically. And okay, Audrey, thank you. And then see what their love messages are, what their energy is, what's playing out for them. And then the bottom row will be you. And then we'll do like a little bit of possible outcome. But I'm going to start with the romance angels to see what, their love energy is. So let's get started. Okay. So love message, please, for the person, the listener is connecting to. Okay. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Oh, let me put this so you can see it. Okay. So there's definitely something going on here with the person you're connected to. Something to do with their parents, perhaps how their parents' marriage was or their relationship, having an effect on them in their current relationships. Obviously, there's some healing needs to be done, and there's a need to forgive parents. Maybe your person did not really, maybe your person's parents were not affectionate, or maybe the father was not very caring of the mother, or vice versa. There may have been harsh restrictions in the family structure, or could have been a lack of love or abandonment issues, or having to fight for the attention of a parent, because of a sibling, or, could have something to do with the birth order. A lot of these family things playing out. Your person could have children or there may be like a disconnect from parents, or parents are no longer here, and there's a need to forgive them. A lot of these different issues playing out here. So let's take a look. This is definitely a time in the world for healing. A lot of people are, I'd like to say, reevaluating their lives, their love lives, so that, when these restrictions are off, they move forward. Um, reevaluating and trying to see really what is important and who's important in their lives and in our lives. So let's take a look. Okay. So the 10 of Wands is here. Yeah, that your person's been carrying a heavy burden in their life. Something might have happened around Christmas. Okay. This person with this 10 of Wands energy, they feel like they've aged quite a bit, maybe because of some family problems. And I just kind of feel like they're at the end of care. This healing this family situation and their own parents. This really has to do with their parents or their caregiver or someone who was acted like a parent. This person's been, I'm hearing that song, been carrying around this anger will eat you up inside. It's time for forgiveness, right? Who is that sings that? Um, I got the call today. I did not know. There's trouble in relationships in the past, and these stem from family restrictions and what your person saw growing up, and so this is a burden that has just been a struggle for them, right? And I know we're empathetic, and we want to try to help heal this person, and it's really not your job or anyone else's. This is their own journey and their path that they are dealing with. And now there's another 10 here. So I feel like the family was very focused on money and material things, their family situation. If we don't have the best cars, we don't have the best education, or don't have the best, and while these things are good and they are things to strive for, it feels to me there may have been a lack of spirituality, a lack of affection, love, a connection, type of thing. It was always feels to me like these things were first. These things came first. If you must connect with only people who are educated, or only people who are, fancy cars, fancy clothing, things like that. I feel like th- it. The message feels to me like the person is actually taking a look at this and seeing, at the end of the day, that maybe they do have these things, or they do or do have these accomplishments, certain things in their life. At the end of the day, they feel lost, they feel lonely, but what do they really have? Um, who's at their bedside when they're ill? Who's taking care of them, right? Um, needing to forgive. And this has a very strong effect has had in their relationships, in their love lives, right? So King of Cups. So this person could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or they may have had a parent who was a water sign, could have been a father who may have been a Cancer, or again, a Pisces or a Scorpio. But the energy of this person is, a good parent and has an energy of compassion, but withdrawn emotionally. Wasn't very affectionate, or isn't very affectionate, or it's the energy of this person that they lack that display of emotion. So feeling emotionally unavailable, they would take care of things that I believe they feel is important to take care of. But the King of Cups is usually tormented at times by his emotions and has a tendency to hide them. In the reverse, he can have a tendency to be abusive, codependent, very clingy. And if that was your person, I feel like they're kind of like straightening themselves up a little, although they might be a little wishy-washy at times. If you can see, he's, kind of rocking back and forth with these waves. I do feel there was a father figure or a lack of a father figure in this person's life, where there was a lack of emotional affection or bonding. Even though the King of Cups tends to bond, he's not very forthright with his emotions. Excuse me. And the Two of Swords is here. So sorry for the blur. I feel that this person is really trying to, if there may be a block happening here, there may not have been a connection with you and your person. I feel like they're going through some stuff, really. I really do. And it really has to do with their family issues, rethinking things. Two of Swords is always to me like a blocked energy, a stalemate, not making any moves, not sure which direction to go, really fighting this yin yang energy within them. It feels to me like your person is at war with their thoughts, their emotion, their intuition, what they believe, what they think, this kind of thing. Definitely fighting some kind of a battle within their soul. And so, not looking at anything outside of their lives, people, places, and things, really doing the inside. They're paying attention more to what they think and feel, and possibly their dreams. They may be having a lot of dreams at this time. Look at those eagles. These eagles, it makes me feel like there's definitely a war type of a situation that's happening here. This person, it feels like they are swinging some swords around. This person may be spending some time at a beach to gather their thoughts. This person may practice some type of exercise of some sort, and that's helping to balance things out, because the Two of Swords is a card about balance and seeking balance. So yeah, I feel like that's the energy that your person is what's going on with them right now. So the Devil card just popped out here. So there's definitely a demon type of thing here. Your person does want to communicate with you. They do want to have some, like, a message of some sort come through. This is Capricorn energy here for some of you. They do want to communicate with you. Something very gentle and sweet, nothing over the top. They may, this person hides that. I don't feel like they're going to come forth and say to you, hey, this is what I've been going through. This is very deep and very personal for them. So the energy feels shallow, the communication, nothing serious. Okay. But I will tell you that part of this communication does have that devil energy behind it. This person is your person fighting some kind of demon. So there is an energy of codependency, maybe feeling addicted to you, or they are struggling with addictive substances or anything that's unhealthy for them. Okay. And the Two of Swords kind of makes me feel like they're beginning to see that this devil has been on their shoulder a lot longer and has been running the show a lot longer. The devil card can represent sexual addiction. There could be a porn addiction, drugs, alcohol. Um, it just feels like that they have been not acting out of their core, out of their center, out of who they really are, because they don't really know who they are. They're built by others. They've been built by another person or family members, parents. There's an expectation that lies upon this person, and it feels toxic. So there's a huge struggle for them in regard to this situation. Now let me just add a little something extra. I want to see what their angel or love oracle message is here. Oh, you're kidding. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. This feels to me like a message for you to put this person in Jesus's arms. That's how I feel. This is your soulmate. Definitely. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. I feel like for you, with what's going on right now, or what you may be keen to knowing about this person, it feels to me like your message is to put them in God's hands and pray for healing for them and leave them be and let them go with whatever they're struggling with. This is their battle. And as patient and as understanding and wishing for their healing and surrender to happen, it's going to happen in their time, in God's time. And the best really that you can do is to pray for this for them, whether this is a lover, a family member, this person, maybe it's your son or daughter, and they're trying to forgive you for things that have happened in your family of origin, right? So, could be both. It's just an energy of healing during this time. All right, let's get started with you and see what's going on with you. And hopefully my blur will clear up a little bit here. All right, so the person listening, let's take a look and see what your love message is here. Okay, you have expressed your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay. And I feel for you that your romantic gesture here is praying for this person, praying for their healing. Doesn't necessarily have to mean, you know, reaching out to them if you're not comfortable with that. If you are comfortable with that, then, you know, um, you can, it's absolutely up to you. But let's take a look and see what else your messages are here. I'm sorry for the blur. Let me see if I can. There, that's better. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, let's take a look and see what your messages for love are. Okay, you have the Two of Pentacles. That's my praying mantis. That's my meditation and prayer. Maybe the express your love energy is for you to manifest it and put it out into the universe. Send it to them, through your. Send them the energy, send them the healing, prayerful energy. Okay. Two of Pentacles, like I feel like you and your person are both seeking balance in your lives right now. You're seeking more of a practical balance. They're seeking more, like yours is more tangible, more practical balance. What is working, what is not. And they're seeking more of a mental balance between their thoughts and their beliefs. Okay. But you're both on this healing journey. Definitely. Maybe you don't even know, or you will be. Something's happening this week. All right, let's see. What else do you have? Okay, you've got the Nine of Wands. So you're holding back this week. You're pulling your energy back. You're reconsidering things. You are having your boundaries up a little bit. You're treading lightly is how I feel. Not because you don't want to be hurt, so to speak, but I think you're just reevaluating and being more careful about what really is important to you this week. Really taking a look at things. And the Nine of Wands always speaks to me of kind of like some of you are just re-strategizing your lives, your path, maybe changing your path. You have people behind you who are supportive of you, and you're paying attention to who's really there for you in your life and who really isn't, who's just flaking on you or just not committed to you in the way that you would be or have been. So you're really putting things into perspective and balancing. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with this person who you've, gotten your heart, right? So let's take a look and see what else is going on for you. So you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, you do. So I feel like you're in a waiting position as well. And that's with the Nine of Wands. It's kind of that stand back energy. The 3 of Wands, when I look at this picture, I always kind of feel like he's thinking, he or she, whomever you are, he's thinking about things. This is where you are. I mean, you're not really in deep hermit mode. I don't feel like you're deeply overanalyzing. I mean, I know a lot of us are in some type of full or semi isolation right now. Um, if your person had a drinking problem, you may be thinking about whether you want to tell them that you think they have a drinking problem. I don't know if that's for anyone specific or not. Um, but you've put your energy out towards this person. And some of you might actually respond to a message with this Page of Cups that you receive, but I feel like you might be waiting, like they might reach out to you with a kind gesture of some sort, but you might be thinking this week, well, should I respond? Should I express my love? Like, should I just, as I used to say, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. A gesture is not necessarily words. It can just be a physical gesture, but it could be the act. It's an action. It could be the act of responding to a text or a phone call. And I feel like you're kind of like not sure. You're hesitating. You might hesitate about whether or not to respond to this person because you don't know too much. They may not, like I said earlier, not giving you, really telling you what's going on with them, but they are rethinking things and they are starting way back before you taking a kind of like a re-look. I want to say a re-look. Is that a thing? Um, so let's see what else is going on. Wow, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So, it's really in your favor this week. You have some lucky things coming towards you this week. Things are going to start rolling and moving along towards the end of the week, I feel, that are going to work out for you. Let's take a look and see in what way. Because the Wheel of Fortune does feel like a karmic wheel, and I feel like all of the positive energy that you have put out towards this person or that you've tried to put out towards this person in the past, I feel like it's going to come back to you. Let's see what else is going on here. Two of Wands has to do with partnership. A decision's going to get made. You may just actually, you have two twos. You're really in a good place. You're balancing things out because I don't feel like you're thinking before you make moves this week. So the Two of Wands, again, it's about partnership. It's about what I feel like is because the wands are an action card, I feel like you're going to get some type of coming together with this person, like a physical coming together. I want to clarify one more time. Oh, cards are flying out. All right, we had two cards flipped out here. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Hold on. I'm trying not to knock things over. My table has a tendency. Okay, what cards do we have? So we have the Hermit in the reverse. So some of you might be a Virgo. Um, you're definitely coming out of some type of isolation. So there will be a release of that. And the King of Swords. So there is an energy of come together with an air sign for some of you, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, coming out of hiding. There's an air sign, or if they have air somewhere in the chart, and they've been withdrawn or in deep, deep isolation, or not communicating with you at all. Like, I feel you guys are coming back together in some way, but again, it's in your favor. So however that resonates for you, what would be in your favor for this person to return to you? What would be best for you? That is what will be in your favor. Like I said earlier, I don't feel like your person is going to come forward and just blab all their emotional stuff to you and really connect with you on a deep level about what's going on. But I do feel like there will be some type of logical communication, about your connection, whatever that might mean for you. For those of you who are an air sign, I do feel like you're coming out of, like, you've analyzed the situation, you've come to a decision about this partnership, and this decision will be favorable to you because it's for you. It's not about the other person, I feel. Like it is, but it's for you and their benefit. So let's take a look and see what your love message is here. Oh, I'm not going to take all those. Okay. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Okay. And boy, we're in some serious circumstances right now. So it feels like a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation to be had during this time. Let me see. I want to pull another card for you. Another card for the listener, please. All right. I like that. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Again, I feel this person feels that you have a soul tie or a soulmate relationship. Now, listen, I just want to stress something. If you've got someone who is not communicating with you um, because they're ill, right? And I had somebody comment the other day on one of my videos and said, "Stop talking about the virus situation." My readings, this I talk about what's going on because these real life things affect all of us. They affect our relationships, our family, our marriage, all of this stuff. And so I'm not going to stop talking about that because I don't live in a bubble. And I want to tell you that if you are dealing with someone who is struggling with this virus situation right now, like they're being physically affected by it, and you know that there is a breakdown of the connection because of this, because that you know of, then it's completely understandable for you to be in a waiting position because you love that person. If you know this person is your uh, husband or wife or soon to be or will be, um, then yeah, I think it's okay to wait for that person and pray for them and pray for the healing. But if this person has just treated you badly, has been very vague and very casual with you, and has not been respectful or valuing you, that's not your husband. That's not your wife. Okay, that's not your person, no matter what you may want to believe, because when somebody truly does love you, they will go to the ends of the earth to, if they need to make changes, they'll say, okay, what do I need to do to make these changes? What do I need to do to keep our connection? What do I need to do? And you would do the same. Okay, you would speak to each other and communicate because you want to put the effort in, you want to hold on to the connection. If you've got someone who just ignores you, doesn't pay attention to the things you say, doesn't treat you, it's when your self-esteem is in that good place and you know who you are and you value yourself, if that person isn't valuing you, that's not your partner. And having that wishful thinking of waiting, some of you really need to just pray and release this person. Really, right? Because sometimes, you can you could see that there's some, I'm sorry for this blur. You can see that there's some compatibility with someone, but maybe overall you're not all that compatible. But you work so hard for love and you want to make it work and you want to bring you both together. Um, but sometimes it's just not meant to be. And sometimes letting somebody go and releasing them in love to God and praying for them, then they get their healing. You know what I mean? And sometimes they do come back, you know? So I don't know. I just kind of felt like I needed to tell you for some reason. Obviously, your person is going through something. and they're going through the dark night of the soul, of course. But I do feel like you are too, or you're dealing with things as well. And you have to take really good care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, especially during this time. And so this week, I feel like you will be going through a lot of internal stuff, like even deeper than before. I believe Venus retrograde is coming up. I'm not exactly sure when, or we're in it already. So there is, this energy of like reevaluating love relationships and partnerships. So if it doesn't just automatically happen to you, it might just be time for you to do that, like really take a hardcore look. And I feel like your person, as I was saying, may not know that you guys are soulmates. They may just feel the energy, and they may not know that that's exactly what you are, but it's there. It's there. Let's just pull one more card here for you. I want to just do one more romance angel card for you guys. One more romance angel card for the couple, for the two people here. Outcome, love outcome here for the week. All right, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So there will be definitely some effort being made here. Baby steps, I feel like. Okay. Not anything major. Like I said, your person is, the devil's got a target on them, a bullseye on them, and they're battling this. And so they need some really serious healing and prayer. All right, you guys. So that's your weekly reading. Hope you enjoyed that. So let's move on and do the question portion of the reading. I'll put a timestamp, and then you'll be able to just re-access it or access it very easily. How's everybody? Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button before you bolt out and go have your Easter dinner, or do it later. Appreciate that. And if you're here now, please, please, please. Okay. All right. Give me just 1 second. I see we have some people. Hi, Michelle. Oh, just Michelle to start. Oh, look, I paid my phone bill. Didn't even realize that. Gemini, Venus retrograde. Okay. So, hi, Kelly. Communication is choppy with Raphael, and twice already he left the chat without responding. Naturally, I am pissed. What is going through his mind in regards to me for April, May, and June? Okay. Let's see. Venus retrograde doesn't affect those of us not in relationships. And those of us who are in relationships, it's just a reevaluation time. It's not bad. Sometimes it can be a good thing. I find whenever I'm in a retrograde, I always have people coming back in a retrograde. When I'm not in a retrograde, it's like ghost town. I don't know. Does that happen to you guys? All right, let's see. Just shuffling for Michelle here. So if anybody wants to get a personal reading, all right, Michelle, April, May, and June. Okay, April, the Emperor, right in his element. So April, he's just like in boss mode, honestly. The Emperor doesn't, you know, the Emperor is like, have you ever been like around a military person? Like, where's the love, bro? Where's the love? Very formal. Um, he's just in like, sometimes the Emperor can be a bit in his ego, because he's the king of kings here. Um, business minded, that kind of thing. So April just feels like he's just on his work game, or his I wouldn't say he's controlling so much, but he's just in boss mode for some reason. I don't know what's going on with him in his life, but he's in boss mode in April. The Emperor is thinking about his army, his legion, his workers, his staff, the people underneath him, organizing things, leading troops, leading, very focused on order and structure, right? So that's his mindset in April. Let me just give another clarifying card. Some Aries can be very obsessed with things. Yeah, the moon, lack of emotion here. Okay. You're not getting really much communication as far as how he feels, because he's put that on the back burner. Honestly, it's how I feel. He's hiding that. It's because, like, it's not hiding it on purpose. It just feels to me like that's not important right now. He's prioritizing, and trying to get into, like, he's like stable Gable here, trying to be very ordered and structured. Emotions are not playing a role, because emotions tend to cause disillusionment, that kind of thing. So let's take a look at May. So there's no communication really happening here. The Emperor puts out a command and then says, everybody handle it. He doesn't really like to talk about things or talk about what's going on, and especially his emotions. He may not even, it's just irrelevant emotions right now. They're hidden. So let's take a look at May. Okay. All right. Ace of Wands in May. Okay. So there is an energy here of like a potential for a new startup. Passionate energy. And as you guys know, and Michelle knows, this is always a very sexual card. So that's like potential for flirting and making a physical connection, or that kind of thing. So I think May, things will start to get a little hot. Right? He hands his wand over to you. So I would look out for May, things heating up again. Let's take a look here. Passion-driven energy. Hold on, I got to see something. It's funny. This is definitely related to him, because you see that tattoo? Hold on, if I can. It's a salamander. So the salamander in the tarot represents Aries. So that Aries energy. Can't see it, of course. When I need it to focus, it doesn't. And when I need it to, there you go. You see it? Does he have a tattoo on him anywhere? So yeah, that's that Aryan energy here. So it's definitely connected to him. Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean there'll be a physical connect. There's a potential. So it's, in other words, it's in the air. The passion, it comes up in the air. You know what I mean? So maybe there'll be communication about this, flirtation and stuff, some release, that kind of thing. It doesn't mean you're meeting. It's just saying like the overall energy is a very passionate energy to evolve you know, like intimacy, lust, that kind of thing coming from him. All right, let's take a look and see what June is going to be. Huh, Ton of Swords. That feels good though, because that feels like a release, surrendering from from all of his work, something to do with math. He's exhausted. Look at all that. Look at that chalkboard. Here, let's try to do this again. Look at all that. Structure, order, engineering, math, you know, all that kind of stuff. And here he's just like defeated. And this man is either all work, he's leading an army, or and he works so hard he exhausts himself. So it looks like in April, he's just kind of like really keeping his emotions tamped down. He's really not engaging with how he feels or anything along those lines. He's just boss energy. And then I feel like in May, the energy presents itself. Like it's almost like I need physical pleasure. I need, like, he's being called, like, because that's how men are, you know, they release all their mental stuff. And then there's like this physical pleasure that helps to release things. That's what I feel like is happening here. Like with the Ten of Swords, like he surrenders. He I feel like he feels like he works too hard, and he's all work and no play. So, you know, it just kind of blends. So June feels to me like a continuation of May. May's like, hello, McFly, knocking on his door. You've been all work and no play. It's time to start playing. And he just kind of stops all this here. Because after the 10, we start all over again with the Ace of Swords, which brings new communication. June looks horrible to me. How come? Doesn't sound horrible to me. I think you guys have a tendency maybe to look at the Ten of Swords. I mean, are you tarot card readers? If you are, what do you need a reading from me for? The Ten of Swords can sometimes mean betrayal, but it doesn't mean, I mean, if you're not in a relationship with someone, how can they betray you? So this could be betraying oneself, you know? And that's what I feel like is going on here. Like your person has just betrayed his heart, betrayed himself. He's exhausted himself because he works too much. No, there's always emotion. Swords don't mean no emotion. Swords just mean the runner, or the first place. Thinking takes first place, but emotions are always there. But this guy, I don't know, Michelle. I just kind of feel like I'm not seeing anything here in the way, for some reason, of commitment or anything like that. I feel like he's just very focused on work all the time. Well, maybe because he can't deal with his emotions, or he hides his emotions, or just not ready for a relationship, that kind of thing. Yeah, and I don't really see right now, like at least in the next 3 months, he needs like he needs a hug and cuddles more than anything, right? Because he overworks himself. He's got a lot of responsibilities, feels to me. Okay. So hope that helped. Oh, probably. Coronavirus hitting everybody. All right. Ashley would like a look ahead for love. She's a Cancer. Okay, Ashley. You're welcome, Michelle. Good to see you. Happy Easter. I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat dinner. Is Ashley here now? You woke up at 4 for this? You're so sweet. Thank you. Guys, you wanna hear something crazy? YouTube is, removing subscribers again, right? So, I think they took away, like, 100 subscribers. So, I went in and I checked all of my, spam comments because there's a lot of spam going around and trolling and stuff, and, whenever you see someone with like a ton of subscribers, especially if they're a new channel and their subscribers have gone up very quickly, it's usually spam or trolls. It's usually bots. It's not organic and they don't have that many subscribers. So I looked at all my spam comments, and these are porn bots. So there were all these messages. Um, They were really bad with all these links to porn sites and stuff. It's awful. It's awful. I had to go in and delete report everything. Oh gosh. Okay. Ashley, 3 months. 3 months ahead for Ashley. She's a Cancer. Okay, Ashley. April, 8 of Wands. Good news coming. May, 7 of Cups. And then June, the Death card, that's Scorpio energy there. Okay, so obviously there's some good positive news coming, communication happening in April if it hasn't already, but there is still this energy. Well, there's still time left. There might be news of travel, although it could be news about future travel. There's, of course, this is positive news. Someone sending love messages or communicating with love messages. Okay. I want to tell you what I feel like is happening here is don't get your hopes up. Don't get overly excited. Be smart about whomever is. It could be a fire sign or a Scorpio reaching out to you, but there's an energy here of you may have to make a decision either between two people, or you may have to make a decision about whether or not to commit or figure out where this person's coming from. Because sometimes the 8 of Wands could be that love bombing thing. You might have someone who's very high in their ego or has like a little narcissistic stuff going on and has a tendency to just overdo it with the love and then disappears or doesn't commit. So you kind of have to keep your eye out for the next 3 months in regard to this person. I want to clarify this Death card because I feel like this person coming in, the strongest message I'm getting is that it's over just as fast as it begins. So this might be like somebody coming back around, or somebody who's coming forward who's non-committal, and they just want to communicate, and then just kind of like they dip out. They lead you to this place where it sounds very negative, and I'm sorry. I feel like they lead you to this place where they make you think it'll be more than it is, and then they dip out with the Death card because the Death is always about endings. Yeah, the Page of Wands. It's a little bit of a game player here with this person. Communicates, but they keep very immature type of communication, crush kind of things, very immature energy. So at least the next 3 months, keep an eye out for some messages you get or people that you meet who just seem non-committal. It just feels like they really just would rather talk or chat or stuff like that. I just feel like don't attach yourself to anything. If it's 2 people or 1 person or more than 2, this person kind of like they get, what's the word I want to say? They get like almost obsessed very quickly. Like it's just very immature energy. Like love grows over time, the coals burn deep, true love. And this person is just kind of like that plays games with the Page of Wands, the popular person or the popular kid or whatever, and sometimes I wouldn't say it's a bully, but just a lot of frolicking. I'm just hearing a lot of frolicking. That's so funny because that's what's going on right now. Oh, okay. Well, then it's just like a continuation of this, really. I just feel like with that death card, they just kind of like it just ends as quickly as it starts because of this immature energy. It's not, I don't feel like it's something you can count on. The Page of Wands always represents a student or someone younger, whether that person is or not. It's the energy of that. And this person doesn't understand transformation and change. When things get serious or commitment is about to get deep or there's more responsibility and accountability to be had, it's like, nope, I'm just here to play. Yeah. So, okay, I'm glad I was able to help you. It's okay because people are going to act the way they do. You just have to, you got to take care of you. People, when the cat's away, the mice will play. And people, especially immature men who just do not, hold themselves accountable for the way they behave, or women too. It's much easier to just. It's much, most people would rather just dust the top of their dressers than actually do a deep cleaning. There's more commitment involved in that, more work to be done. And some people just like to skim the surface of relationships, and fine. That doesn't mean they have to skim your surface. They can skim and then they can just skip off. Hi, Catherine. Catherine's question: will Capricorn reply to a light message I sent? Does he still love me? All right, let me just double check here. Thank you, everyone, for your payments. Okay. Okay, you're welcome, Ashley. Will Capricorn reply to a light message I sent? Does he still love me? Okay. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about replying with the Knight of Pentacles. He's delaying. He's taking his time, that's for sure. Communication over the internet, texting, what have you, virtual communication. Yeah, he will. He might even make some kind of an offer to you of some sort, like a love offer. You've got 2 knights here. He's thinking about this. I think he loves you. I think this person, your Capricorn, like, really loves you, really admires you. So much so that he's taking his time delaying. One, because of everything going on in the world. He's waiting for the right time. Capricorns can be they're very smart, they're very business intuitive. They're very they know how to create effect to get what they want. They don't just do things randomly. Usually they don't, if they're more high vibrational. They're very logical. I don't think this is a person who's overly emotional, Catherine. And I feel like he will respond. He's waiting, but after this major shift and cycle with what's going on in the world, is how I feel, plays out, then I feel like something's coming for you from this person. This might be related to the reading that I gave earlier, the weekly reading. The major, and oh yeah, because the Devil card was there. That's Capricorn energy. So he's going through some kind of thing. Definitely. He's rethinking his life. And this World card represents that cycle changes. cycles of the moon, the next moon cycle, possibly next full moon, after that, which is what? Isn't that like a month from now? Yeah, he's weighing things out here, putting things into balance, thinking, taking his time to make this offer. So it looks very good. Looks very positive for you. Can't believe my nail broke. I'm so disappointed. Yeah, I don't see him being emotional, not normally, but I definitely see you've got 2 nights here. He's in delay right now. So if you're not hearing from him, it's because he's taking his time. He's just waiting for the right time to approach, and I think it's going to be after when things begin to balance out with what's happening in the world. And this is not just communication. This is actually travel or physical movement. I said in my message, create your own happiness. You can do it. Well, that's very sweet. He liked that. Very supportive. So I hope that helps. I do think he loves you. I do. I think he does have a very respect and admiration for you. You're very welcome. Hi, Gloria. I'm a Taurus, and my ex-boyfriend, Sagittarius. Rev. Okay. So I'm a Taurus. My ex is a Sag. He broke up with me Thursday, but texted me yesterday. What did he say? Sorry to hear that. You know what? Let me tell you something. People who break up with you and then continue to text you, what the hell's up with that? That is just so immature. It's like, if you're done, be done. Lord knows I've done it. But it's different for women. Listen, that breaking up, I'm telling you what I'm feeling right now. He broke up with you, but then he texted you yesterday. He's not done with you, Gloria. He is not done with you. He's just trying to get you to pay attention to him. Yeah, he's trying to get you to put some effort in. He wants you to put the effort in. You probably have, but maybe it's just not enough. Yeah. He's not finished with you. That breakup is just his frustration because he wants something to be different, maybe, or just trying to When you think that's crazy for someone to break up with you, I know I must have looked so crazy to some people that I have ended things with, and then I wound up reaching out to them again. Because when women do it, it's because a woman will break up with a man because she's not getting her needs met, or he's not changing, or he's not A, B, and C, right? So women will do the old boy cry wolf thing because they hope that maybe that will wake him up. But it doesn't, because guys don't get it. They don't. So, well, not all men. You're the only, but I'm speaking mostly to women here, Mark, because the majority of my listeners are women. And it is different for women because women communicate, and spend a lot of time giving emotional investment to relationships with men, and men they're just a different breed. Men and women are so different. So what I think is going on here, okay, he's not doing anything. He's waiting to see what you'll do, right? I don't think he's finished at all. I think he's just, he's going to come back. He's just waiting to see. He's breaking up with you to just basically kind of either make you jealous or make you work harder for him or his love or his attention. right? That's really the energy. And it's very immature energy. Okay. But the hangman sits here. And the hangman tells me that he kind of plays like he can't do anything. He's kind of stuck in a situation. He's just trying to get you to, I feel like, do more. That's what I'm feeling like. He's wishy-washy is how I feel. And for some reason, I kind of feel like you hung him out to dry or something, or you didn't really fight with him too much. He works out of town and was here until Wednesday. Yeah, I can tell you don't play games. You left him, you kind of just left him hanging, and he didn't like that. You know? He doesn't wanna let you go. You're asking, "Will we be together?" You're not apart. It's not done. It's not over. So, that's under the asking that question is because you're thinking that it's over, but it's not. I don't know if you just, he posted a picture of another woman. Yeah, so? He likes other women's pictures, so? That doesn't mean shit. He broke up with you and then he texted you to ask what you're doing. He's trying to get you jealous. He's trying to get you to act. Don't fall for these silly games. This is just very immature energy. Yeah, you left him hanging like, "Okay, leave him be because he will be back and he's gonna do this, get mad at you and then call you names because 'cause you're not reacting, or he'll reach out and try to get you to, like, tell him how you feel." Like, it's stupid. The social media games is very immature. Let's say. Yep, he's gonna do his communication and say how great you are, and he made a mistake, and, the Page of Pentacles putting someone on the pedestal. That's always that for me. Well, age has number your age has nothing to do with it. It's the immaturity, okay? Here, he wants you to be here, crafting and working hard for his love and what have you. And then, here he comes, like, reaching out to you, messaging you, like he's gonna put in a pentacle too, and he's gonna put in the effort, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's just very immature energy. It's all words. You know what? If it were that he broke up with you and then he didn't text you and then he was posting those pictures up there, I mean, still, honestly, what I'm feeling is that it's just to get you jealous. It's to get a reaction out of you. Because when somebody's done with someone, they don't text them the next day and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Who frick does that? Like, if you quit your job, do you go back to your job the next day and say, "What's going on?" Right? When you're done, you're done. He's not done. Yeah, that's all. Mhm. You left him hanging. He doesn't know what to do because you're not reacting. You're not overreacting. I mean, I just see that here. You're just like, "Okay, you make your bed, lay in it. Next." Somebody's gonna play games with your heart. There, the Knight of Swords. He's pissed. He's angry. I don't know exactly what you did. You didn't get mad, so, good. I wouldn't pay any mind to, whatever, swamp scum he's trying to hook up with, that kind of thing. Yeah, just testing you. I would just ignore him. Ignore it. It's not worth your time. Yeah, he's skimming the surface of the pond scum. Let him. Obviously, you're more important than the other person is because he's posting pictures of her, but he's reaching out to you. So childish. You're very welcome. All right. Thank you. Hi, everyone who's just popped in. Hi, Nina. Hope everyone's well. Okay, die. Is that DI? Die. I've liked a Sagittarius for a long time. We were never together, but I wanted to know if we'll ever connect or should I just forget him? Um, I reached out to him after not seeing him in a long time, but never heard from him. Oh, okay. Want to know if we'll ever connect or should I just forget him? All right. Well, let's see what the cards say. I know what I would tell you, but let's see if there's some mysterious force at play here. Okay, the death card. Seems to me like you should just let this go. Let it go, DI. Forget him. Page of Swords. Oh, yeah, you guys will. There's a potential for you guys to connect or come together. Definitely. I feel like right now you should just let this go. Definitely. Like death to it. Nothing. He's not doing anything, so you're not doing anything, right? Because you're not the well, I like to say the fuckboy whisperer, but you like this guy, but maybe he doesn't even know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does know. Does he know that you like him? Um, oh yeah, you reached out to him after not seeing him a long time, but you never heard from him. Yeah, I would just leave it be. It's dead in the water right now. It's a dead horse. You'd be beating a dead horse. Okay, but there will be communication at some point. I do feel like he's watching you or spying on you somehow. So I don't know if you're on social media or if there's a way for him to see you or he's like looking at your message or something. And but the Ace of Wands here, so there is a potential for like a passionate, like a beginning, a new, like intimate start or like something to start. And I feel like more into June. That's how I feel. Um, Like, I'm hearing, July 23rd. I feel like he's gonna be, watching you for a little while, but the death card is telling me just let it go. Just don't do anything. Just forget about him. Because I mean, honestly, if he's, like, not responding to your message, well, obviously he's not interested. Let's see. Why? He got your message, though. Um He doesn't know what to make of it, honestly. He doesn't know what I'm hearing, like, "What do you mean?" That's what I'm hearing when he read your message. I mean, it might have been just clear as day, your message, but he's reading into it. He doesn't understand something, and I don't think you need to clear it up. I think because he doesn't understand it, he's just leaving it be, right? Just letting it go, but I feel like you will get communication from him coming up, and, there's a potential here for you guys to be together. There's a potential for a connection here going forward in the future. But again, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he's reading into it. There's a potential for a passionate start with you moving forward. So, as far as like to answer your question, yeah, I feel like you will connect going forward, but for now, you should just forget him. Especially if he didn't respond to your message. Whatever his reasoning is, it doesn't matter. You wanna look at, like, his actions. But there will be communication. For sure. Yeah, okay. He's, like, looking at it like, um, listen, if it wasn't a big deal, he would just respond and say, "Thanks, all's well. Hope you are too." But for some reason, he's not responding. Um, he might be ill as well with the death card. There might be like he's just finished getting better or something, or, you know, something along those lines. I'm feeling like it's not death, but there is an energy of like, or maybe there was someone in his family or someone he's connected to. There was a passing away. There's stuff going on. But he's also he did read it, he did get it, but and I feel like he will respond, and there will be a potential for something. Okay. I hope that helped. You're welcome, sweetheart. Okay. Thank you, Rev. All right, let's look and see where's Rev's question. Um All right, I have emotional blockages, but I feel love for my Scorpio man. He's 25. I'm 35. Aries woman. I'm working myself to open my heart. We are housemates, roommates. He is a little immature to express his love, but we both feel we are in some electromagnetic energy field whenever we see each other. Any ideas what will happen? So you see each other in where you live, and then there's like an explosive wow moment. You're feeling that with him, but he's immature to express his emotions. He used to flirt with you. Okay, so that's going on. Well, I wouldn't take Scorpio flirtation to mean anything deeper than that. I mean, they are picky and selective, but they are big flirts. They can be. So let's see. Anything going forward with that? Anything going forward with this connection? Okay. King of Pentacles. Huh. The heck's that? King of Wands. And the Queen of Swords. Holy moly. Um I got to clarify because I don't. These are two men and one woman. This is not him. Neither of these people are him. These are kings. Okay. You know what? Sometimes these readings come out and it's like, what the heck? He's not even here. He's not even here. You have two other suitors. This is your energy here. You representing the Queen of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. You have two suitors. And I feel like they want me to tell you that you need to not be paying attention to this flirtatious Scorpio, even though you want to, because he's not even there. Because he's not here, it's making him irrelevant to your life. Do you understand what I mean by that? Not that he's irrelevant as a person, but that he's not going to play a role in your life going forward. Going forward, you have two suitors. And you're looking for the one who is going to I'm not saying that you're materialistic, but is going to treat you well and place value on you, right? Because that's what the Page of Pentacles. Now you've got an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, who there's a potential for a very passionate connection with this earth sign. And then you've got the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Aries is on the cusp of Pisces, Aries. So birthday is like March 17th through the 23rd, I almost feel. Okay. That's the person. That's who that other person is. I just want to clarify one more time with the energy. The Empress. All right. So here's what I feel like is going on. This King of Pentacles coming forward is, oh my gosh, now the King of Cups showed up. I don't usually pull this many cards, but holy crap. Okay. Water sign is super isolated and detached. The earth sign, and I hope you're writing this down, very passionate energy. You would think that the fire sign is like that, but no, the earth sign is like that. There's potential here for physical intimacy and that kind of thing. And I feel like the earth sign is the best match for you. The fire sign, kind of a little bit lazy and is looking for a mommy figure. Honestly, won't do any. It's so ironic, but the fire sign is just not ambitious. It's just kind of like very lackadaisical. It's like whatever, and it's just is like looking to have a queen by their side or an empress by his side, but doesn't really put in the effort to attain that. It's more like a dreamer, is kind of what I feel. All right. Well, you asked me, what will go forward. I mean, that's not an uncommon. Just because a Scorpio is stalking you doesn't mean that that's a love thing. That's a normal thing for a Scorpio, right? And I'm not seeing him really playing. If he's coming across as representing the King of Cups, which I don't feel like he is, but if he is, um, he's being very secretive with this Hermit energy. Yep. So it feels to me, sometimes, I know you guys will pay for a reading and you're like, but you didn't answer my question. Well, I did. I answered the question the spirit felt you needed to be focusing on, or that you needed to know, because this seems to be most important for you. Right. So I hope that you understand that. I had somebody that she didn't like the reading. She didn't like the answer I gave her. She didn't like the way the reading came out. And she requested a refund. And I beat her on that, because once the service is sent, and I'm not accusing you, Rev, of that. Once the service is sent, the service is sent. There's no refund on digital services. So once they're rendered, they're rendered. So I feel like, the Scorpio is just flirtatious and being sneaky, and will get a little obsessed. And I mean, if anything, maybe you'll have a fun time with the Scorpio, but seems to me you're better suited for this earth sign. And I would keep your eye out for this Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, because they're very passionate. There's a lot of potential here. And this person is a businessman and has money and can take care of you, and will, not that you need that. It doesn't feel to me like, oh, I'll give you money if you give me this. It just feels like that's his energy. He likes to care for others. He's kind of like, he could be a doctor, or like a male nurse or something along those lines. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much energy into, the Scorpio. You were planning to move out, but you didn't because of him. Did he commit to you? Did he like take your hand and say, "Will you be my forever and ever?" Like, did he do any of that? Because I think the flirtation is just, that's for the ego, his ego. People flirt all the time, don't, trying to get confused with the mixed messages. Oh, well then, girl, you need to, pack your bags and get on with your life. Well, there could be, yeah. Well, the connection is there. I'm sure you're feeling that. But you have to be forewarned. Scorpios have a magnetic thing going on with them. They really do. And it's very easy for people to get caught in their trap. And I think a lot of people would agree with me with that. There are some signs, though, that just don't get caught in that trap. But there are others that, it's like the web. So I would just keep that very light with the Scorpio, because you don't want to get under that spell. They have like a draw about them. They're just born with it. The women too. I mean that, of course, the cards, the messages are guidance. You do what feels best for you. Obviously, you make your decision. You have free will. I'm just telling you what I see here. And if you want to hang around with Scorpio, I'm sure it'll be fun, but just be cautious. Okay. Should I move towards a Gemini? Cherie, hello. Let me see. Did Cherie make payment? Nope. Okay. Oh, I know. Well, listen, like I said, I mean, take the suggestion with a grain of salt and give it a little bit of time. These readings are not written in stone. And we all say this here on YouTube, and even as tarot readers, you get cards, it's guidance. It doesn't necessarily mean this is what we see going forward with where you are right now. Now, if you move out, then that will create a different path and change. Whatever action you take can change the action of the cards, but you just don't know it because we don't have the reading after that. That's why I always tell people when they come back for a reading, what has changed in your life for you to be eliciting this reading? Because if you haven't done anything or nothing has been happening and you're sitting on the couch, right? You're going to get different readings all the time. You have to take action in your life. Or I always say, get personal readings when things are different. If you're just checking on someone's emotions, I mean, it's always going to be different. Or checking on what's going on with another person, it's always going to be different, because we always have different emotions or feelings during different days or different weeks, depending on external circumstances. That's why the tarot readings on YouTube are general. There are how many cards in this deck? And so how many different outcomes? If you think of it mathematically, there's so many different outcomes that can play out. And to always get the same cards repeating, that's significant. And to not be getting the same cards repeating is also significant. So cards that are not showing up mean something as well, right? So now, if you decide to stay, perhaps this will be the reading based on that. But if you decide to move, then your reading might change. Because there's action. Every action has a reaction. Right. Okay. Your last week's reading about Aries Scorpio was different. Right. That was more of a general. And also that was a different week, or a different thing going on. So this reading I gave you is going forward. I always say get a personal reading, because general readings are general. It's average. It's sometimes the reading will speak to you certain things, and sometimes it will be for you, but most of the time it's just for somebody else. When you listen to the general readings, most of the time, even if it resonates, you got to look for key specific things that will help you connect to a general reading. There are some tarot readers who just do super, super general, and they just give you the same story. And I could name 5 right now. And then there are others who actually zoom in on specifics to try to help you guys connect to the reading, right? It helps you better connect to the reading, so to claim that that's yours. But, the personal readings, that's tailored exactly to your situation. When I listen to tarot card readings, general readings on YouTube, I take them with a grain of salt. all the time, except for my own. But I take it with a grain of salt, always. You know, so I'll be like, oh wow, okay, that resonates. But I know the lady down the street who's having the same exact issue or dealing with the same exact thing, right? So yeah, I'm talking too much. What time is it? How long have I been here? Oh, an hour and 25 minutes. Does anybody know what time it is? Oh, well, we all have different times. Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to get going because I'm so hungry and want to help my mom finish Easter dinner because we're eating Easter dinner late today. So does anybody else want to grab a quick question before I go? Anyone? Anyone? All right. Well, I hope that all of you have a wonderful rest of your day, your evening, and happy Easter blessings. I want to say more so to all of you, and grace, and that we get out of our restrictiveness and our isolation and can move forward in our lives better than we went in like a lion, out like a lamb, right? Softer, gentler, and more at peace and kinder. All right, you guys, take care. Love you very much. And I will see you on Thursday. Okay? Bye.